Good morning, class. Today I'm going to be covering Lesson 10, a continuation. And so make sure that if you all have any questions that you ask me, just send me a quick email and I'll be able to respond to you, okay? So Lesson 10, remember the top of the machine, the FP is the ch sound. The FP is the ch, okay? So that's such as words much, the CH, okay? Much, okay? The RB is the sh, so like the word hush is RB, okay? That's the sh sound, the SH. And so you've got the beginning words that start with the CH or a CH or KH. So chop, it starts with the C, so it's a K. The SH words that begin with an SH are SH. So the word shot, shut, shift. Notice they all begin with an SH, so we write it with an SH. Okay? Very, very important. And I really don't have anything new to explain today, so what I'm going to do is just dictate some of the words that you completed on your homework assignment. And so let me go ahead, have your machines hooked up and ready to go. And I'm just going to incorporate the new endings, okay? The CH is the FP, the SH is the RB, okay? And so these are just going to be words from lesson 10.1 and 10.2, okay? So have your machines all hooked up. I'm going to go slow because I really want you to focus on ch or sh. So all of these are going to be ch, the FP, okay? FP. So it's the CH ending, and that's the FP. So here we go. Find a focal point, really concentrate hard, and this is going to be at no speed. I really just want you to focus on getting everything accurately, okay? Here we go. All these are FP. Put commas in between. Batch. Catch. Clutch. Crutch. Etch. Fetch. Hatch. Hitch. Hutch. Match. Much. Niche. Patch. Pitch. Sketch. Stitch. Stretch. Such. Switch. Twitch. Which. A witch on a broomstick. Watch. Okay, and so all of these are written with the FP. So let me just write some of these down real quickly. So we've got batch. Remember, I don't pronounce the T in batch. It's just batch, B-A-F-P. Catch, K-A-F-P. Clutch, K-L-U-F-P. Crutch, it's a C-H. We don't pronounce the T. Etch, just what we sound out. Fetch, hatch, hitch, hutch, match, much, niche, patch, pitch, sketch, stitch, stretch. You've got such, switch, and then you have twitch, witch on a broomstick, and then watch, okay? So those are all FP, notice you all, FP, and then try and go back and read these. Read them to yourselves. Make sure that you don't look at the English portion, but that you're looking at your stenographic outline. Okay, very, very important. And then we have our B, which equals sh, the SH sound, okay? So all of these words are going to have the SH sound. And so it's going to be stroked with an RB. So I'm going to dictate the word slow. I really want you all to focus on getting the words. And here we go. Ash. Bash. Brash. Brush. Bush. Crush. Crash. Flesh. Fresh. Gash. Gosh. Gush. Lush. Mash. Mesh. Mush. Push. Quash. Smash. Splash. Squash. Stash. Wash. Wish. And so now I'm going to dictate both of them, but I'm going to switch from CH to SH endings, okay? So it might be a little more complicated, but I'm going to go slow, because once you hear them, like if you know they're all FP endings, that's okay, or SH. But when you hear both and you have to decipher which one it is, that gets a little complicated, but I'm going to go slow, okay? So just focus on getting it accurate. Here we go. Here we go. Y'all find a focal point. Batch. Gosh. Catch. Gush. Clutch. Lush. Crutch. Mash. Etch. Mesh. Fetch. Push. Hatch. Hitch. Quash. Hutch. Smash. Match. Splash. Much. Squash. Niche. Stash. Pitch. Wish. Sketch. Ash. Stitch. Bash. stretch, brash, such, brush, switch, brash, bush, which, crush, watch, crash, flesh, fresh, gash. Okay, so make sure that you differentiate between the FP ending, the ch, and the sh, the RB for SH, okay? Now, some of these words I'm going to dictate begin with either a CH or an SH. So these are the beginnings. So the word shush starts with an SH, so it's going to be an SH. Shush, RB ending. The word chop starts with a C, so it's going to be a K. Chop, okay? So these words are the beginning parts of word beginnings, CH and SH. Usually C is K. Okay, here we go. Shut, shush, shun, shrill, shove, shot, short, shock, shift, shark, sharp, chum, chop, chill, check, chart, charm, charge, wish, okay? And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to interchange the CH beginning and then the SH beginning, okay? So I'm going to change them. So you really got to focus on the beginning parts of these words. Here we go. Charge, sharp, charm, shark, chart, shift, check, shock, chill, short, chop, shot, chum, shove, shrill. Let me tell you, on shrill is S-H-R-I-L. The reason it's an HR is because there's no such word as slill. So we use it as an HR and not the L. So shrill, because there's no words in the English language that have the SL. Slill, that's not a word. So that's why we can use it as an HR. Okay, the HR. So just so you know that. Shush, shut, shun. And so make sure that you all go over these words, that you're reading them back from your notes. Very, very important. And I'm going to go on to 10-2. And these are going to be incorporating different phrases. So it's going to incorporate your new words that you've learned, like, let me see. RB ending is like crash, K-R-A-R-B. So they're going to incorporate some of these new endings, the RB for the SH and the CH for the FP. And they're just little words, okay? So let me dictate them to you. And it's only the first column on 10-2, okay? 10-2. I really want y'all to focus on listening and writing. Very, very important. That's all we do. So here we go. Try not to look at your books because it will throw you off. And hopefully you already have the keyboard memorized. That's essential. Here we go, you all. Bad, check. Left, turn. And so real quickly, you all, there's a brief for left turn. So if you like L for left, T for turn, put an asterisk because it's a little different. It'll give you left turn. Remember, in court reporting, there's always a lot of car accidents. So I was making a left turn. So it's L for the left, T for turn, and then asterisk because it's something different. Okay? Because if I just put LT, that's going to be will the. So you have to incorporate the asterisk. So if you all have your little notebooks, get them out, write that down if you like it, okay? The sooner you learn these little briefs, the quicker you'll pick them up, and it just makes it easier to learn them from the very beginning, okay? So that's a brief. LFT for LT for left turn. Bad, cut. Left, hand. And so left hand is also brief. So if you like this, write it down, left hand. But remember, this is hyphenated. So I don't know if you'd want to do that. If I put the asterisk in, it's listened. So you don't want, if I don't put it in, it's listened. You don't want that. So left hand, like when you're talking about left hand turn, you could write LND with an asterisk because it's hyphenated. Okay, so if you like that, remember in your book it's just left hand, so it's not hyphenated. But if you're going to hear a left hand lane, then you would hyphenate left hand, and this is how you write it. So if you like it, make sure that you write LND, L for left, hand is the ending is ND, that's your N. Put an asterisk because it's a little different. I usually think of the asterisk for the hyphen that's in there. That makes me think that the asterisk is a hyphen. So that helps me out. Bad egg. Kept up. Bad smell. Jet set. Bad sport. Hot spell. Bet on. Hot fudge. Black cat. Hit hard. Bus stop. Held up. Buzz word. Hard work. Car crash. Hard hat. Card shark. Gun shot. So here I go again. If gunshot is 2 strokes, but if you can remember it in 1, this is a time to learn it and make your flashcards. Gunshot is G-U-R-B-T. Even though in your book it's 2 words, it depends. But gunshot, if you like that, gunshot wound, gunshot is 1 word. If you like that, G for gun, or think of the G for the G-U, the gun, and then shot, R-B-T. Okay? Only write these down if you like it, if you can remember it, okay? Cat, nap. Grab it. Catch it. Got up. Charge it. Got rid of. Check stub. Give up. Chop up. Get up. Clam up. Get it. Dog, sled. Front, yard. Egg, on. Fresh, ham. Fat, cat. Fresh, cut. Fat, slob. Felt, bad. Flip, flop. Firm, hand. And so make sure you all try and read those back. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to read some words to you, and then I want you all to go to your books and read them back, okay? Very important that you can recognize, that you can write it, and that you can recognize it is the other half, okay? Both go hand in hand. You have to be able to write it correctly. You have to be able to read it fast, okay? So when I ask you to read back, read out loud. Read your notes out loud, because remember, we do that in court, and the louder, the more confident you sound, the more they're going to think you have it, and they won't question you. Confidence is everything in court reporting. If you're mumbling and they can't hear you, it just doesn't sound right. So loud and clear, okay? Sometimes I think that's why I'm loud, but it really, really helps. You know, it's all about being confident, loud. And so the more you're reading your notes out loud, the better it's going to be. So here we go, you all. I'm going to give you some words, and you're going to write them, and then you're going to read it back and compare it to your book. Okay? So here we go. Find a focal point, and I will go slow. I really want y'all to be able to read those steno notes. Here we go. Batch. Gosh. Catch. Gush. Clutch. Lush. Crutch. Mash. Etch. Mesh. Fetch. Mush. Hatch. Push. Hitch. Quash. Okay, and so what I want you to do is go back up to your notes, and it starts with bash. I'm on page 44 of your books, and I'm going across. So batch first, and then gosh, then catch, and then gush. So you all can read them out loud and compare it to your book. And I stop with quash. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16 words, you all. Start with batch going across. Read it out loud, okay? Take this time to do that right now. Find where we started. If you don't have a stroke, circle the word in the book that you missed and practice that word over and over and over. Read out loud, okay? Okay, you all, hopefully that's been enough time for y'all to read out loud. If not, go back, you know where it is in your books, and just go back with your notes. And so real important, y'all, I just wanted to stress something. Remember, and is written SKP. Notice, this is from lesson 9, that I'm over here. All of it is on the left side of the machine. It's not SK and then final P over here. That's wrong. It's with your only writing with your left hand, okay? SKP. And the reason for that is if you write A and D, you're not going to be able to stroke out anything, any phrases. And so that gets really, really important throughout your schooling, is you want to shorten a lot of words. And so this is very, very important. So like I've done before, and I think you can write in one stroke, and I recall, and I recollect, and I remember, and I remember the maybe, yes. There's so many phrases you can write if you use SKP for and. And it's just like everything else. It doesn't make sense, but SKP is and. And so it's not wrong if you use it. It's right. I just want you all to train yourselves later on to write SKP for and. Very important, you all. And then on is ON. On the is ONT. On the. Okay? So I'm just going to give you some little phrases here. And these are from lesson 9. So find a focal point, and remember, and is SKP only with your left hand, okay? All in one stroke, SKP, not final P, initial, SKP initial side. Here we go, some words from lesson 9, page 41. Check on. Come on. On the mark. On the run. On the edge. Thick and thin. Live and let live. Got an urge. Put on an act. An and. On the. In the. Have the. These are from lesson 7. Zip, phrases. It up. Stop the vet. Zig or zag. Pop quiz. Have the quiz. A full quart. Many quarts. Fill the vat. Lug the vat. Tip the vet. the, vet, quit, quit, it, short, quiz, short, verse, and then just some words and phrases, you all. Very important that you know these. These are just your basics, okay? These are from lesson 6. A, R, B, can, I, if, is, many, the. Remember, you all, the is initial T. If you're stroking final T, that's wrong. It's the, initial T. Now, in a phrase, you can stroke is the together, but is the by itself T, final T? No, it's wrong. It won't even come out. It won't translate. The by itself is T, initial side with your left hand. Okay? You can only use the final T in a phrase, not just by itself for it to come out the. Is the is ST in a phrase. With the WT in a phrase. Very, very important that you understand that concept. I see that a lot of you are doing that, where you're writing the over on the final side. That's wrong. It's only used if it's a phrase. So are the, with the, is the. Only if it's in a phrase. The by itself is initial T. Make sure you all are writing that correctly, because that's so, so important, and you really want to learn it well, okay? You don't want to have the final T, because it's wrong. That's just setting you up for failure. So make sure that you understand it's on the initial side. Will, with, are the, if the, is the, will be, will the, with the, period, comma, question mark, it's, the word it's, one stroke, you all. ITS is it's. ITS. Is the, with the, are the, is by itself, the by itself, can, with, are, a, spells, he spells the word, spelled, spelling, rubs, rubbed, rubbing. Remember, you've got to come back with these inflected endings. I can't stress that enough. If we have the word spelling, can you write it in one stroke? No. You've got to come back with that final G. So spell, second stroke, come back G, and it'll connect it, okay? Pets, can you write P-E-T-S? No, it's wrong. You have to write P-E-T and then final S. Notice it's on the final side because it's a word ending. Remember, beginning parts of the machine, the left side is word beginning. Over here, let me show you. Okay, so over here we have word beginnings. All of these are word beginnings. So on the initial side, all of these are going to start a word. Your vowels are down here. Word endings are over here. So like the word hat, H-A-T. Hats, H-A-T, come back final S on the final side because it's an ending. So it's going to be on the right side of the machine. Very, very important that you all grasp that, okay? And that's it, you all. So we'll do some more speed building tomorrow. Just really focus. I know some of you are saying that it's really, really hard to write the words. I understand that. Those are new lessons, so it's harder. The sentences from the beginning lessons are going to be easier because everything gets harder, so those get easier because you're hearing them over and over. So that's what we hope for you to do, is just hear them over and over and over. They sound easy, and you're going to get the speed, okay? I know some of you have concerns that, oh, I'm not fast enough. That's okay. I really have never had anybody not pass this class, the first part, unless they stop trying. But if you're doing your homework, you're doing everything, it's going to come, I promise. No one has not passed unless they just said, forget it, I'm going to give up. Everybody, maybe one or two that just gave up, but if you don't give up, if you keep doing everything, you're going to pass. I promise. I've never seen it in all my classes where somebody just tried their hardest and they didn't pass. I did not see that. So just keep giving it your all. Listen to your labs and lectures. That's everything. It's one thing to visually look and do your homework. Of course, you have to have that done, but it's another to listen and write it and practice it over and over by listening and taking it down. That's everything. Accurately. Okay? Have a great day, you all. You all are doing excellent, and just keep practicing. Let me know if you have any questions.